Hey, welcome back. Today's topic, bones, but not just any old bones. Today I'm going to show you what 100% edible bones look like, what their bone and calcium percentages are, so you can balance your pet's meals and debunk some of the common fears around them. So, bones up, let's go. Okie dokie, all things edible bones. What's an edible bone and why does my dog need them? I'm glad you asked. There are multiple bones that should play a part in your dog or cat's lives. The main ones are the recreational bones, that are these guys. They're really hard, and as the name suggests, what they're for is recreation, fun, like this guy here. But I'm not talking about these today. Today's topic is about the bigger bone family. There's more of them, the edible bones. These are, as the name logically suggests, 100% edible. Your dog or cat can and will eat the entire thing without fear of splintering or tooth damage. And they need these for several reasons in their daily diets. First up, and perhaps my favourite reason, is dental health. These bones are hard enough to give your pet a really good crunch and a good chew. This action cleans their teeth naturally. This is how dogs and wolves, lions, hyenas, dingoes all keep their teeth clean and therefore stay alive. A wild animal with dirty, rotten teeth and dental decay will lose their teeth. And the result of no teeth? No, unfortunately, no ability to eat, and they will die. This is the cold hard facts. This is how nature works without human intervention. The strongest survive. So, we need to give our pets the best chance at maintaining strong, healthy and clean teeth, and they will all know how to do this naturally. They just need to chew. So we need to offer relatively safe, softer bones that can chow down on a daily basis to maintain those shiny whites. And what are they? Glad you asked. I raided our freezer and pulled out a selection of these types of bones we feed our pack at least 2 to 3 times a week. And this selection of bones we can find easily here in Australia. Most are from supermarkets or international supermarkets like Asian butchers, for example. A couple of these are what we call novel and unique to us here in Australia, like emu tails or kangaroo tail tips. But the rest are common worldwide, so keep watching if you're in the States or the UK. Oh yeah, oops, and heads up, there's a raw duck head coming up, so I'll give you fair warning if that sort of stuff grosses you out. Now, as with everything we feed in a raw species appropriate diet, we need to focus on variety. Mix things up, offer different bones on rotation. Different bones obviously come in different shapes, offering a different chew experience and ensuring our pets use different parts of their mouths and different teeth to chew. A great way to make sure that all of their teeth get a really good workout and, in part, a really good clean. Hey guys, don't forget to please like and subscribe, and if you want any topics to be covered by us, pop them down below in the comment section and we will do a video on them just for you. Look, personally, I understand the need to know this stuff, but in all honesty, I don't have the time or the maths to work this out very often. I just make sure that all of our dogs are fed on rotation, a very wide variety. The most important thing here is to remember that variety over time equals a complete and balanced diet. You'll never get a balanced meal ever in a single bowl. So take it from me, don't sweat the numbers too much. Just make sure they get a wide range of bones and foods. For those that want more of the maths data, it's all been written below so you can see the formula, but in all honesty, it's not rocket science. Okay, so I literally dug these out of our freezer. This is a selection of edible bones that we feed our dogs regularly. So we start off with chicken feet over here. Now, chicken feet are really readily available in most Asian grocers. They've got about 60% bone matter in them, which equals about 3.3% calcium content. So that's quite nice. They're really cheap too. So next up, we've got the duck feet. Very similar to chicken feet. They have about 60% bone content as well, just a different novel type of protein. Then we've got the chicken necks over here. Now these are everywhere, everyone can get chicken necks. These are a really good starter bone. What I like to do with anyone who's starting out is to teach them how to teach their babies or their dogs and their cats how to chew. Basically, you just grab a bit of paper towel, which I'm not going to do right now, but grab a bit of paper towel on the end of it and allow your animal to chew on the end of it. Take it away, let them have a little snack, lots of praise, another chew, lots of praise, another chew until it's gone. That way they get the idea that it's something you have to chew, not inhale. French bulldogs, I don't know why Frenchies do this, but Frenchies are notorious for inhaling their bones. So please, if you own a Frenchie, start like this, start really slow and steady, and you won't have any problems. Okay, now moving on to the next one, which is this guy here. This is a turkey neck. Now, these contain 42% calcium, so 42% bone rather, and about 2.3% calcium content per gram. So these guys are really good. They're not as cheap as chicken necks, but if you've got a big dog like a lab or a Rottweiler or something like that, this is an alternative to these guys. Dachshunds, fabulous. Cats, fabulous. Okay, now moving on to the chicken wing tips. Now, once again, these are cheap as chips, or cheap as chicken tips, I suppose you could say, because they're a byproduct of the human meat industry. Now, you can see these guys here have got feathers left on them. That is actually fantastic because all these feathers are insoluble fibre. They will actually help your dog's gut microbiome flourish. So, fun fact, you get free feathers with cheap wing tips. Once again, cats, perfect size for cats and perfect size for smaller dogs. These guys can go on the top of pretty much every meal if you like. Okay, now warning, this is the duck head, so look away if you get a bit squeezy. Personally, it doesn't bother me. You can tell it doesn't bother me, but anyway, there we go. So here's an entire duck head, okay? Now, we've got a bit of a joke in our family. If I say the word a quack, my guys lose their minds. They just go crazy because they know that they're going to get a duck head. Now, fun fact about this is you're actually getting not only the beautiful bone content, the cartilage and some meat, you're getting 2 secreting organs. So you're getting the brain, which is a secreting organ, and you're also getting the eyeballs, which are also secreting. So this counts as part of your offal content for your daily intake. Really lovely novel protein here. Not that hard. Well, no, actually that's not true. They are quite difficult to source, but once you find a good supplier, they're cheap. They give them away basically because they're a byproduct of the human meat industry. Right, now we move on to something a little bit more fun in Australia. We have an emu tail. Now, I don't know about you, but when I purchased these, I bought them online and I was expecting them to be enormous, like this size here, because emus are big birds and they've got really big tails. Turns out they're all fluff and no substance. This is the entire tail, would you believe? Now, the fun thing about these, well, not so much fun, but interesting thing about these, once it's a novel protein, it's got a lovely bone running all the way through at the vertebrae. I was unable to source any data about the calcium or bone content of these, but I'm kind of guessing they're similar to this. I'm kind of guessing. I don't know. If you know any different, please pop a comment below because I'd love to learn and we can share the information with other people. Emu meat and emu byproducts are incredibly high in gorgeous fatty acids. So that's a lovely novel protein that you can add to your dog's diet for skin and coat health predominantly. Fabulous. Now, the next one here, only in Australia, kangaroo tails. Okay, now these are ethically sourced. I just want to put that right there and then. These are sourced for the human consumption, the kangaroos are rather, and this is a byproduct. Otherwise, this would be wasted, okay? So these kangaroos have been culled humanely, the ones that I purchased anyway, most definitely, because I do my research. But these guys, once again, have got that lovely vertebrae running through them, and they're very lean, and they're a really nice size. They come chopped up like this. This is a whole tail. So, you know, you get quite good value for money. I think this cost me about $4. So that's probably an entire week's worth of bone matter right there. All right, and the next big one over here for those with larger dogs, this is a duck frame. Again, this is a byproduct from the human food industry. This is the leftovers. You can see there's the duck tail there, and there's his vertebrae running through there. There's his back. It might have been a girl, her back. And this is what we get. Now, I didn't have any chicken carcasses in my freezer to show you, but basically it's exactly the same thing. Chicken carcasses, just smaller. Again, super cheap because otherwise this stuff would be thrown away. So the bone content of this is about 75%, and there's cartilage and wonderful connective tissue in here too. And it's a lovely chew. It cleans the teeth beautifully because of all of the nooks and crannies. You know, it gives them a good time, basically. They have a lot of fun with those guys. Right, now the last one I need to show you is a duck wing. Applicable for a chicken wing as well, but the duck wings are larger and give dogs a longer lasting chew. I always suggest you take off the tip. So this is a chicken wing tip, obviously, but your duck would be very similar. Okay, so you know how they look like a little V there. I don't like the tips of turkey too much because I think that they're a little bit sharp. I've never had any problems with them, but I don't recommend them. So this is why I feed my dogs duck wings served like this without that sharp tip on the end, just to make sure we don't have any mouth damage. Okay, so that one is about 39% bone content, which works out to about 2% calcium content per gram. Again, the maths is listed below for those who are interested how you can calculate this. Again, I can't, my brain hurts. Maths and I are not friends. I know this from research, and I know that the most important thing to do is to feed on rotation. Every single bone is a different shape. Every single bone gives the dog's mouths a different workout and a different clean, and every single bone has different nutritional breakdown. So very important to make sure rotation, guys, rotation, rotation. Well, there you have it. 100% edible bones are vital inclusions in your dogs and cats' daily diets, not only for the vital role they play in dental hygiene, but also in supplying them the calcium and other trace minerals they need to thrive. Don't be afraid, just start slow. Offer them a simple cheek and neck to start, and you'll be on the best possible path for their lifelong health. Watch out, dad joke incoming. Bon appetit. I warned you.